Chapter 23. Lazy Lawrence. Laurie was in Nice, France on Christmas Day. A carriage carrying a pretty young lady dressed in blue stopped at his feet. He stared a moment, then went to meet her. "Oh, Laurie, is it really you?" Amy cried in delight. "I thought you'd never come." "I promised to spend Christmas with you, and here I am," Laurie replied. "I have so much to tell you." "I don't know where to begin," Amy said excitedly. "Get in, and we can talk as we drive." As Amy watched Laurie, she felt a new sort of shyness steal over her. Laurie had changed. He was not the merry boy he'd been. He was handsomer than ever. But Amy thought he looked unhappy and tired. "Joe writes that Beth is doing very poorly," Amy said, showing Laurie Joe's latest letter. "I often think I ought to go home, but they say stay as there's nothing I can do there." "They're probably right," Laurie agreed. He had only intended to stay in Nice a week, but Laurie ended up staying a month, escorting Amy to various dinners and parties. The two friends got on beautifully. Laurie was happy to stay. He'd grown tired of wandering around, and Amy reminded him of home. One day, as Amy and Laurie sat together outdoors, Amy asked, "Laurie, when are you going back to your grandfather? He expects you." "I only bother him," Laurie replied. "So I thought I'd stay here and bother you a little longer," he added with a wink. "What would Jo say if she saw you now?" Amy asked, hoping to stir him. "As usual, go away, Teddy." "I'm busy," he replied with a harsh laugh. Amy noticed a new look on Laurie's face, a bitter look full of pain and regret. "You are so different," she started to say, but then she stopped. She didn't like him this way at all, and she meant to tell him. "I have a new name for you," she suddenly announced. "It's Lazy Lawrence. How do you like it?" Laurie stared at her, but his face remained unchanged. "Do you want to know what I think of you?" she went on. Laurie's eyes widened, but he said, "Go on." "Instead of being good, useful, and happy, you are faulty, lazy, and miserable. Here you are, been abroad 6 months and done nothing but waste time and money and disappoint your friends. You have changed since you've left home." Laurie sat and listened as Amy went on, telling him what he knew was the truth. He felt badly, but couldn't tell Amy the real reason he'd been acting so strange. That's when Amy suddenly noticed the ring on Laurie's finger. It was a small ring, one that Jo had given him many years ago. All at once she knew. It dawned on her that Laurie never spoke of Jo. She realized that something must have happened between them. "What happened with Jo?" she asked quietly. "I don't wish to talk about it," Laurie replied. "But it's lucky she didn't love me, if I'm the good-for-nothing lazy fellow you say I am." His expression was bitter. "I was wrong to say that," Amy apologized. "I don't know. I'm sorry." Neither of them spoke for several minutes, and Amy was sure Laurie was angry with her. The next morning, instead of his usual call, Laurie left a short note for Amy. It said that Lazy Lawrence had gone back to his grandfather. She smiled when she read the note, happy that her message had gotten across. "I'm glad he's gone," she said with a deep sigh. "But oh, how I shall miss him."